Aquarius, hi. I'm doing a video for the end of November. I'm gonna draw right away from a few cards that I've actually extracted from a much larger deck. I took all the planets. I wanted to have an astrological pointer for the reading. So let's see what shows up for you, Aquarius. I'm gonna pull. You get the North Node. That's really interesting because you're the third sign that has gotten this card, which, I mean, there's not that many, but there's not that few either, right? So, North Node is, it's a point in the sky, right? It's not a planet, it's not a body. So, symbolically, it's about your true north, your truth, where you're going to be at your best, the reason why you might have been, well, some people want to think that it's the reason why you're here, your mission on earth, the vocational part of your existence. So let's dive into the tarot and see what shows up for you in relation to that. So for sure it was Aries had the North Node, and I think it was maybe Virgo. I'm not sure of the other sign, so apologies, but if that interests you and there's a link for you there because you have a placement in Aries, for example, then you might want to look at that reading as also. First card that came out is the Ace of Wands in reverse. So I'm going to pull some more before I speak. Okay, you have the Queen of Cups. She literally came out horizontally. I'm actually going to leave her horizontal on the table. That's my way of saying I don't want to pick a side. I don't want to pick whether she's upright or reversed. The rest of the cards can tell us. And for the rare occasions that I do that, I sometimes read both, or at least take into account both sides of the coin, right? Okay. Four cards came out. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. The Tower is here. The Chariot, and the Eight of Wands in reverse. So there's a lot of movement, sudden movements. Okay. Ace of Wands in reverse. Something fails to launch, fails to start. That's one way of seeing things. It doesn't resonate here for me, so I'm going to choose different words. Okay. This queen that I've placed horizontally, for some reason, I feel that she's ambivalent. So I know this is not like the Two of Pentacles. It's not the Justice card. It's nothing that would point to any ambivalence per se, right? But it's the start and stop on the Ace of Wands in reverse that makes me think that she's hesitating, right? She's one foot in, one foot out, one foot in, one foot out. That kind of energy. And so instead of being, determinedly, yes, I'm loving this and I really want this, there's another side of her that also says, well, this comes with a lot of, I don't know, negativity or XYZ kind of less pleasant feelings, or that make her reconsider. So she's reconsidering an investment or having planted seeds, right? It's just really strange what happens after, because you have an energy of the Seven of Pentacles is kind of a long wait, because you have to wait for those seeds to grow and then bear fruit before you harvest anything. And then right even before anything grows really, or after only a short period of time, the Tower comes crashing. The Chariot has you, I want to say, taking flight. And it could be literal in terms of taking a plane. It could be you need to leave a situation quickly. And then you get almost like a full stop with the Eight of Wands in reverse, because this movement is being halted again. So it's the strangest thing, because it's like there's back and forth on the Ace of Wands. There's ambivalence on the Queen of Cups because she's placed horizontally. The Seven of Wands is like there's a little something starting, but then boom, the Tower comes and destroys everything. Then there's a huge movement to like go somewhere, like, you know, either start anew or whatever the impulse is to actually move away or get going. And then boom, there's another dead stop with the Eight of Wands like in reverse. So the movement being stunned again. I've rarely seen such a, like, because the sequence is absolutely in order in terms of yes, no, start, stop, and more than once, right? Like 3 times here on the table. So there's something really, I think it ties into what you're trying to achieve in terms of your truth, of what is really meant for you. I think there's a lot of soul searching actually going on, and I think this is what we're seeing truly. I say there's a lot of soul searching because you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I think you still are digging deep to find out what is your true calling. We have to get to the bottom of this because you can't stay on a start-stop situation. Especially that we end on a situation, well, right now. This is the Page of Swords in reverse. Another card of inaction. Just watching. And then we have the Page of Cups. The Eight of Cups. Oh no, the 9. My bad. Hold on. Let me put on my glasses. Double 9. We get the 9 of Cups and then the 9 of Swords in reverse. My bad. I was a little bit... I was going to be pretty disappointed to see the 8 of Cups because that would have been another energy of like, you know, starting something and then walking away from it. But this is not the case. Phew. Okay, there's a really, really strong energy on this reading, especially related to the Queen of Cups now with the, and now with the Page of Swords, because all of this waiting, it's literally stems from the ambivalence. The position of being an onlooker it's one thing, but it's not so much just on looking. There's really something about, you know, it resonates with the Seven of Pentacles. You're assessing, you're evaluating, you're measuring, you're looking at analytics, you know, you're like trying to really figure out like what works, right? And this is the energy of taking your time and really like studying it, analyzing it. So I don't feel it's just like looking passively at something. On the contrary, there's an active sort of study here. It is related to ambivalence, so I don't know if you're disciplined about it, and I don't know if you're so are you regular in terms of doing the study and like analyzing and evaluating, and because the page is in reverse, so there's a lack of discipline here to me, meaning it's not consistent in terms of how much you're really just taking stock of everything. I think you do it and then you don't, and then you do it really well and then you sort of don't. It's so much of a, you know, there's a lot of back and forth in your reading. What's really beautiful is that you have 3 cards that came out afterwards, right? And they changed the energy changes here. So I don't know what it is, but like this particular page, he's like, hurrah, you know, he's like super happy about something. Of course, he's like presenting his cup. So he's very proud. He's very, I have the word transparent about, you know, what he wants to show the world, expressing himself, is especially like expressing his emotions, of course. And I think that maybe it feels like it's like the aha moment of, okay, I finally nailed it. I think I found what I really love, and there's something that finally fits or finally resonates truly. And it's linked to this North Node journey about you finally find the thing that, first of all, kills the ambivalence, you know, soothes the ambivalence, I should say. And sort of resolves the issue of you constantly saying yes, no, one foot in, one foot out, doing it a lot, then doing it less, etc. And it has to do with, look how much, you know, the 9 of Swords here in reverse is only accentuating the 9 of Cups, because the 9 of Cups is like this big bliss of like finding something that you've always dreamed of, that you were wishing for, right? And because the 9 of Swords is there like in reverse to like really tell you that, how can I say this? It's like, gone are the days of like worries, gone are the days of like all of this worrying, or I almost want to say there was a lot of criticism, auto-criticism going on, right? Especially when you were ambivalent. It's almost like the idea that you were maybe doing undoing, right? So maybe self-sabotaging a little bit to a degree in terms of how you were progressing on this journey, or but there's like huge moments of, I mean, it's no small thing when the tower comes crashing. There's a full like destruction, and there's a real movement following with the Chariot, and then there's another stop that's quite abrupt with the 8 of Wands in reverse. So you have to know that there's gonna be some peaks and lows, right? Valleys and, how do you say? Anyways. So it could be, obviously, I think it's predictive. I don't know if it all happens within 2 weeks. I would doubt it. And it could also be that part of it is already played out, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that all of this is condensed in the next 2 weeks, of course. So it's hard to say what was maybe, I want to say now, there's 1 foot of this reading in the past, there's 1 foot of this reading in the now, and there's 1 foot of the reading, if that's even possible. Not that you have 3 legs and 3 feet. But then it's like saying, you know, you have 1 foot in the past, maybe 1 foot in the future, right? You know what I mean? So maybe, actually that's quite cool, because saying this, maybe the real bliss here with like being like doing the thing that you love is being in the flow of your emotions, and really enjoying yourself and not stressing about it is basically the present moment. So maybe that's the real secret of this reading. It's about don't fall for the trap of the ambivalence because of, you know, something that would have happened in the past and then worrying about the future. Just stay in the now of what you need to do. Be consistent, though. I think that's another key to the read. And I also think that there's something about an important piece about leveraging the assessment and the analytics and like studying what you're doing, keeping track of yourself, right? I think there's something there for you. So one last card, my makeshift deck, keywords, French keywords, just 1 card hopefully. Let's see. This one. Milieu. Milieu is middle, but it could also mean environment, because we'll say, anyways, it's by extension, or another definition in French of the same word is environment. But in the context of the reading, it's the middle for me also because of the ambivalence. So it's about finding your balance, about being in the present. So don't be in the past, don't be in the future. Be in the middle. The middle is the narrow sliver of what the present moment is, right? Because as soon as you finish your sentence, it's already in the past. So it's such a small sliver, right? But it's still the middle. And it could also point to you being centered. So that's another really cool idea. And you could think that, you know, the center is your node, your north node. Look at where it is in your natal chart. Dig deep if you don't know too much about in which house and in which sign. And if it's aspected or in any way, then that really matters, because it sort of enriches, you know, your comprehension of what truly makes you happy, deeply, right? So interesting read. I was surprised with the timeline here about the overall lesson, I guess, is what surprised me, but I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. So please like the video, share, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye, Aquarius.